Sometimes the things that we go through, it'll have us on our face before God. It'll have us broken. But you know what? He don't mean for us to be broken and stay broken. Because he offers healing. He offers deliverance. He offers that redemption through his son, Jesus Christ, and through the blood of Jesus Christ. He offers that. But it's up to us to receive it. It's up to us to receive it. So when in this, in my story, in my testimony, however you want to put it, I found myself on my face before God. I couldn't go anywhere else but up. And he told me to look to the hill from which cometh my help, because all of my help comes from him. Not a person, not a possession, nothing can help me but God. Nothing can help me but God. He is my covering. He is my keeper. He is my sustainer. He is my protector. He is my advocate. He is for me. He said in his word, if I be for you, who can be against you? He told me, he said, Jennifer, I am not against you. He said, I am not against you. And I had to come to an understanding of what that meant. Because everything in my life when I was growing up, it felt like he was against me. It felt like everything was against me. Everything was against me. But I'm going to tell you this, the things that I went through when I was younger, y'all, it had such an impact on me. Such an impact on me. Like I said, Dad, he was there, but he wasn't there. He did whatever he wanted to do. And my mom was there, and she was there to try to keep us together. You're always walking around, tiptoeing, trying to figure out, okay, is he mad now? You know, can I say something now? You know, can I do anything now? Because of how he was. He was angry, he was bitter, he was hateful, he was just mean. And there were things that went on in his life that caused him to be that way. There were things that caused him to be that way. During this time, there was a lot of stuff that built up in me. A lot of resentment, a lot of hurt, a lot of bitterness, and just anger. It was like I was mad at everything. It didn't matter if you had anything to do with it or not. I was still mad at you. I'm mad. You can ask my kids. You can ask Tony. They walked around about like we was on eggshells trying to figure out, is Jennifer in a good mood today? Can I say something to her today? You know, and that was how it was. And I learned from what I had been around. I learned that. And I tell you, but I did not want to be that way. Because I'd said, when I saw all of that, I had said, God, I will never, ever, ever be like my dad. And lo and behold, what happened? I was just like him, and the things that he was doing, how he was treating us, and all of that stuff. But when I began to see myself, when God began to show me through this man sitting right here on this front pew, he began to show me. He began to show me. And see, I was in the word. I was reading it. I was in church. I was doing praise and worship. I was helping with the youth. I was doing everything. But it was still stuff in me that I had to let go, that God had to deliver me from. He had to deliver me from. And so one day, Tony told me, he said, Jennifer, you know what? You cannot keep using how you grew up as a crutch. Now, mind you, did I want to hear that? No. I did not want to hear it. But at the same time, it was something that I held on to. God used him to say that to me because he knew that that's what it was. It was a crutch in my life. And so when I think about a crutch, I think about, how you're walking and you own it, and you're so afraid that if it fall, if you let it go, then you're going to fall. you're going to fall. And so that's how I was. I was using that as a crutch because I felt like if I let it go, I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know what was going to happen to me. And so I was praying and I was asking God to please deliver me. Please deliver me. Heal me and set me free. And I remember one Sunday evening, Dad was in the hospital. And it was up here in Royston. And so I had told Tony, I said, I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm not going to go back to church or anything. I think I may have called Apostle Helen and said I wasn't coming back, because there were some things going on and we didn't know what was going to take place, with him and everything. So I stayed up there that evening. And so we were in and out, family members. We were all in and out and everything. And I just took some time to myself and I went to the chapel and I began to pray. I fell on my knees and I said, God, I've got to forgive him for the things that I feel like he did to me or to us as a family that I feel like was so horrible. I said, God, I've got to forgive him. And I'm like, but I don't know how. I told myself, I don't know how. I told God, I said, God, if you don't help me, it will not get done. And I said, and really, I don't want to forgive him because I felt like that what he did was so bad. And I told him, I said, God, how can I forgive him for the things that he did? But God told me, he said, you know what? If you don't forgive him, then I can't forgive you. And I said, okay. I said, okay, Lord. And so I was praying. I said, okay, I'm going to forgive him. And I told myself, but I can't do it on my own. I said, I need you to do it, to help me to get there and to help me to do it. And he did. That evening, I was praying. And like I said, I was in the chapel and I was praying and stuff. And just a sense of forgiveness came into my heart for Daddy. It came into my heart for him. But you know what? At the time that it did, he went on to be with God. But you know what God told me in that process? Because I told God, I said, God, I had said I was going to forgive him. I said, I had said I was. And now, look, I can't do it. I can't talk to him. I can't do it now. God told me it wasn't for him. It was for you. I was in prison myself. I was in prison. And God told me that was for me. When I made up in my mind, when I purposed in my heart to forgive him, all of that weight, all of that stuff lifted off of me. And God said, it wasn't for your daddy, it was for you, because you were the one that was in prison. You were the one in prison.